Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed, where healing is freedom and it begins within. And together we break the chains of karma and reclaim our power and rise into divine sovereignty. Your path to autonomy and freedom starts right here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, whichever the case may be. I'm so glad that you could be here with me today for a reading for Cancer. You could have Cancer anywhere in your chart for this to resonate. Of course, you could be dealing with someone who has Cancer in theirs. Please keep in mind that these readings won't resonate with everyone, but the ones that do resonate with it, this could be past, present, or future energy depending upon who's watching, and it could be a mixture of any and all of those energies depending upon who's watching and it does resonate with. Also keep in mind that masculine and feminine energies are not talking about genders. I'm talking about energy. So anyone can be a king, anyone can be a queen, anyone can be a page. Pages also can represent situations, young people, just different things. And I usually try to go over all possible angles throughout all of my readings the best that I can. So with all that being said, I would just like to say that my bookings for readings and birth chart analyses are open. I even have a 4-week coaching opportunity there. All of my information is in the description box below. Everything you need to know is down there. And so let's go ahead and get started. I hope everyone is doing well, and I'm honestly getting pretty frustrated with YT lately because it seems that I'm not really getting that many views on especially my zodiac readings, and part of me is considering not doing the zodiacs anymore because if videos aren't shorts, they're really not getting that many views. I've experienced some anomalies here and there recently, but I don't know. I'm just really considering not doing the individual signs anymore because they're just not doing anything. They're just whatever. But anyhow, so Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what are the most important messages that we need to hear for the signs of Cancer and for the cross watchers? Well, I'm not really a big fan of these timing cards, but sometime in the near future. Let's find out more about what this is. At the bottom of the deck here, it says ask for help from others, which you might need some help. And if you do find yourself that you need some kind of help, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for it. No man or woman or child is an island. If you need help, ask for it. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what are the two subjects that this reading is going to be mostly about? The beginning. Genesis. And devastation. Well, that's bleak. In the beginning, somebody is devastated. In the near future, I'm feeling a transformation here. From devastation to happiness. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what are the most important messages that need to come out for Cancer and their cross watchers? Please and thank you. Nine of Cups. Six of Cups. When you were devastated in your past, that's when someone else was happy. That could accurately talk about my origins as well as many people out there. So the Nine of Cups, complete happiness and satisfaction. Someone's wish come true. Six of Cups, someone from the past, which could have been your siblings, your family, the people who have molded and shaped you into who you are. And all you've ever wanted was perfect. Not perfect. It's not the right word. No such thing as perfect. All you've ever wanted was reciprocal love. Someone who really truly loved you. Someone who shows up for you. Who feels the same exact way that you do. This could be your family relationships. This could be your friendships. This could be your partners. But we're talking about the past. So, what relationships shape our past? Mostly our family and friends. Please clarify this Two of Cups. Got the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is not standing up for yourself in relationships. This is like losing yourself in your relationships. Letting other people treat you however they feel like treating you. You were disempowered. Which is what created that devastation in the beginning. It's a burden that you've released recently, in the recent past, or something that you must do. Something that's still on the agenda to let go of. Let go of that old pain. Let go of that person who loved everybody and believed everybody at face value. Let go of the you that participated in your own devastation. Because you didn't know any better. Not until you were shown a pattern of why you're devastated. When you don't stand up for yourself, when you don't stand up for what you believe when it comes to reciprocal love. You can forget yourself. And it's a huge burden to carry because it was never yours to carry in the first place. All of your past beliefs about love need to be released, because it was all based on one-sided love that never benefited you, or never benefited whoever this person is, that never stood up for themselves in their love connections, whether that's family, friends, in their early years. But this is releasing that pain, that guilt, and most of all, releasing your participation in that. Please clarify the 10 of Wands reversed. The 6 of Wands reversed. That's public shame, public embarrassment. Releasing all the failures, releasing the shame, the ridicule, the embarrassment. Releasing never really being seen, never really being chosen. Somebody in the past was happy that somebody was disempowered in the past. Someone, and someone who has a big heart, who is disempowered, they just keep loving that person, especially whenever it's your family. The people who have molded and shaped you, and the people that you grew up with or around. Says a lot about their character, and it says a lot about yours as well. But so many people out there believe that love is something to be exploited. You give me this, you do this for this or that. Contractual love. Love that is only available if you conform to a certain way they want you to behave. These are people that were supposed to love, care, and protect you, but instead exploited your goodness as a commodity. The only thing you can do is forgive them, for they really don't know what they're doing. You don't have to participate with them to forgive them. And your forgiveness does not condone what they did, because it was wrong. Your forgiveness merely keeps you from being poisoned by your own pain and devastation. They don't deserve your forgiveness, but you deserve forgiving for you, so that you can move forward in freedom without being chained to the past, as it were, without having to carry that burden any longer. That burden was never yours to carry. Next card out we have is the 7 of Pentacles. This is you investing in yourself, building yourself up, working on your stability, working on your happiness, working on your own transformation, working on how to build the skills and the tools to create boundaries with your loved ones so that they don't just get to treat you any old way they feel like treating you. Seven of Pentacles is also about looking to the past, which is introspection, to learn what worked and what didn't, and what doesn't work is blindly believing people when they say that they're sorry for the things that they do, and then they just keep on doing those things because they don't want to put forth any real effort into changing how they treat people or changing themselves in any way, shape, or form. This is periodic reflection. For you to learn that one-sided relationships aren't even real relationships to be in. And so many of us are in these one-sided relationships where they don't show up for us. They don't really even talk to us. All they want is what they can get from us. You've lived a lifetime to know what works and what doesn't. Boundaries are essential in your relationships because if you don't teach people how to treat you, they'll just treat you however they feel like treating you. I saw a video today about Gen Xers. And I very much grew up like that. The key aspects, the main things about growing up in the generation of X is you weren't allowed to talk. You weren't allowed to have feelings. And you weren't allowed to have needs. This is a programming that many of us were raised in. Most of the time, these things were not verbalized to us. It was modeled to us. Every time we spoke, we got beat. Every time we talked about our feelings, it was upsetting to people around me. And also talking about our feelings was like an inconvenience to other people. And of course, to say what you need is extremely discouraged because your response is going to be like, well, I can't do that. How am I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to pull it out of my butt? Am I supposed to pull money and harvest it off of a tree? Like, this is all very limiting beliefs being modeled and ingrained in us. And then we grow up, and then we're having our relationships in life, and we're upset. I mean, let's just say, for example, like, I worked a lot of hours, and I'm just emotionally overwhelmed. But whenever I don't say anything about it, okay? Because it's in our programming not to. But other people can sense that I'm upset. And they ask me, are you okay? And then you say, I'm fine. Instead of saying the thing. Causes more rifts in relationships. And it just robs everybody of the connection that we're supposed to have in our relationships with others. So the Seven of Pentacles energy is learning how to look at the past, to evaluate what worked, what didn't work, what the patterns are, and what we can actively do to change how we behave in our relationships so that we're not overcompensating. We're not trying to please somebody who is extremely harsh and critical and emotionally unavailable. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles. We had the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the Queen of Swords in the reverse is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is someone who is manipulative, deceptive, cruel. They don't have any boundaries. They will go to whatever lengths they can to get what they want. Queen of Swords in reverse is someone who is exploitative. They have a limited belief system, and they have a belief system that is very dominating and overpowering. Queen of Swords in reverse is someone who screams and hollers all the time, but also someone who withholds communication, especially necessary communication. Queen of Swords in reverse just manipulates to create an illusion. And usually that illusion is that they're the authority figure and they are the person in power. But once you know what the pattern is, you can break it, Cancer. The Chariot at the bottom of the deck. This is victory, forward movement. This is learning to integrate your devastation with your joy. To move forward. To learn how to heal. To learn how to have success. The top of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. That's consistency over a long period of time. You've come away from this programming, or you're about to be coming away from this programming, Cancer and Cross Watchers. This is in your past. You can't change that. But what you can change is placing your importance on people who don't display that you're important to them. Someone who just wants to lie to you, manipulate you, break down your mental. Someone who wants to bark orders and perpetuate conditional love, which is love based on conditions. The Queen of Swords in reverse only knows how to be happy when someone else is subjugated to their whims and desires. The Queen of Swords in the reverse wants to feel that they have the upper hand always. Unfair power dynamics. You're either being called to move away from this person, to cut off all communication with this person. Some of you already have. Some of you, it's more than just one person. Some of you, it's everyone that raised you. Everyone that you were around as a child. To help aid in that programming, that early life programming. But learning to let go of one-sided relationships, learning to let go of how you chose to participate in one-sided relationships, and learning how to let go and absolve everybody involved of their part that was played, including yourself, including them. That's where the success is. That's where the real success is. All right. Let's go ahead and pull out some coping skill cards that can help us deal with the difficult situation at hand, coming away from it, learning how to grow in your own emotional sovereignty, which is learning how to be independent and autonomous despite how you were raised. These cards also help us with learning how to shift our mental perspective when it's needed. The negativity zap. Our brain pays more attention to negative than positive things. The first step to rewiring this negativity bias is to be aware of your thoughts and others' thoughts for what they are. They're all opinions. For each negative thought, find a response, or find a positive response or a silver lining. Something that is positive in the negative. And that is ironically where I needed to start in my journey. I had to stop being negative about everything and everyone. I had to learn how to find the positives in all the negative situations. It's part of the fundamental foundations of healing ourselves and our foundation. Find your people, because these people that, were in your early life, they weren't your people, because they don't care about you. Not unless you're doing or giving them whatever they want. Staying vulnerable is a risk we have to take if we want to experience connection, which is a quote by Brené Brown. Who shares or understands your struggles? Who accepts you as you are? And who motivates you to be a better person? If the people that you're around do not fit any of those things, they're not your people. It's time to write a forgiveness letter with this 10 of Wands reversed with the 6 of Wands reversed. To forgive is not to forget. It does not excuse the offender, but it can ease your anger and hurt. Write a letter to the person who has wronged you. Express how you've been affected. And you can either put the letter away somewhere or you can burn it or whatever, but don't give it to the person. Dear emotion, write a letter to an emotion that you're having a hard time with, or that you would like to have more of. Your example could be fear, grief, or happiness. Tell this emotion its current role in your life, how it has affected you, and your hope for its future role. ROLE. When we're healing, our emotions can really cloud our judgment during the healing process. The key to all of this is to honor your emotions, to express them, but without letting them rule you or self-destruct you in any way, shape, or form. Archangel Michael, what is the final advice to close out this reading with for Cancer and their cross watchers, please? And thank you. Believe and trust. Let me grab it from the floor. Believe and trust. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. Yeah. Because that fear that you were programmed with, it can be overrode with faith and trust. Faith and trust that you have the ability to heal and change and outgrow the family system. That you can learn to take your pain and your devastation and turn it into independence, self-sovereignty, and someone who has boundaries with other people so that no one can ever disempower you in love again, whether it's family, friends, or partners, or whatever. So that is what I have for y'all. If this message resonated with you, if you liked it, if you learned something from it, please hit that like button. It really helps me out tremendously with this channel. My zodiacs aren't really getting enough views. I don't want to have to stop doing them, but I might. Drop me some comments to help these videos go into the YouTube algorithm, if the algorithm will even put long videos into the algorithm anymore. So yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And if you're interested in a private reading from me or a birth chart analysis, all of my information is in the description box below. You can check it all out down there. And how to contact me is down there as well. And I look forward to hearing from y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me on all my platforms, and I'll talk to y'all soon.